So the first card you have for your past is the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so obviously this is the card of waiting. This man's looking at this tree or this hedge and he's thinking, I planted this, it's growing. How's it growing? I wish it would hurry up. I wish it would harvest. What's happening at this? He's kind of looking and waiting and thinking over what he's done. And so, yeah, this is about waiting, watching over things, maybe even, I'm seeing maybe someone was even getting to the point of almost giving up on something and then deciding not to. I think this is about someone else, and I think this is about someone's feelings for you. And I'm seeing this as probably a love situation, obviously, if that's what it's about. Yeah, I'm seeing someone thinking about you, and I'm seeing someone really wanting to get close to you, closer to you. I'm seeing someone who used to be close to you and now they're thinking that, and there was some kind of breakup or something like that, and now they were thinking that they'd like to come back together with you or something like that. I'm not seeing you already, and that's probably why they were waiting. Again, I'm seeing you probably had some sort of a past with this person. Obviously you had ups and downs, and obviously there was a down because you weren't together, you broke up or whatever happened. So I'm getting this feeling of I'm just getting this feeling that you knew this person was interested in you, but you weren't very excited over it. And I'm saying excited because I'm seeing excitement that happened once in the past. So it used to be like, they'd contact you and they would text you and call you, they'd come over and you'd be so excited. You loved seeing them, you were so happy. And, but now when they contact you, you just don't feel like that. Things just felt very, very different. This card looks very, very one-sided. There are a lot of coins in this tree next to this man, but there's only one in front of him, just one coin. So I think what happened was what made this breakup happen, or whatever this was, you probably gave a lot to this person emotionally and maybe also financially as well because of all of these coins. But, there wasn't much left for yourself. You gave everything to them and there wasn't much left for yourself. That's what I'm seeing. And, now that they came back to contact you again, or they wanted to start something up with you again, and they were waiting for you to do that, you were thinking, they were waiting for you, but you were thinking, I just don't want to go through this again. I've been through this already. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go through this again. So they're looking back onto an old situation and they're waiting for you to come back. You were looking back on things and thinking, no, this situation's unfair. Look at what I have and look at what I gave to them. That's not fair. So you were looking back and seeing a completely different thing to what they were seeing when they were looking back. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have for your past is the Six of Cups. So, you really did care for this person. I mean, when you were with them, you really cared for them. You really loved them. Not only in a romantic way, I'm seeing that you probably took care of them. You were a bit protective over them. Because this is about love and care and protection in a kind of an innocent way. So you wanted what was best for them, but things got better for them, but they got worse for you. That's what I'm seeing as a consequence. You really kind of wore yourself out, caring about them, but nothing was left for you. I'm seeing that again. So again, I'm seeing there could have been some issues around money again. Now, this card isn't usually a money-related card at all, but it is next to the Seven of Pentacles and also the Six of Pentacles, which is underneath it. It's right in the middle of those two cards. Also, I'm looking at this X. There's an X on this card, on this stone slab, and it's right behind the person in the green or the blue outfit. You can see that X there. Now, I'm seeing something about signing papers or signing contracts because, in the days before everyone knew how to read and write, an X was used in the place of a signature. And yes, just thinking about that, this has nothing to do with these cards, but I'm just thinking, an X for a signature. If they had 10 people that couldn't read or write and everyone signed an X, how do they know whose signature it was? But anyway, I'll get back to this card. Maybe you might know in the comments, but anyway. So yes, there's some kind of contract that was signed. It's something around money. you helped them in some area around something like this, a contract or something, or you signed something with them, or they signed something with you. So there's something that you were stuck in with them, and it was something around money, and you really regretted that, because that's what happened. They were getting everything and you weren't. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the Six of Pentacles. So again, give and take. Look at this card. So you did a lot for this person, a lot, and part of you still really does care about them as well. You still do have that care about them, because I'm seeing that care in the Six of Cups. It's not a care that you have for someone who you're in love with romantically. It's a care that you care for their welfare. So you might feel like they're in a weaker position than you, and you still kind of cared for their welfare, even though you didn't feel as if you were in love with them anymore. You were still caring for them. You were still kind of thinking, not practically, but you were thinking, I still want to make sure they're okay. I still don't want to kind of, I don't want to kind of just leave them and abandon them. I know that they're struggling, and I just want to make sure they're okay. So you really were very kind toward them, even though you had a lot of problems with them. So yes, you still cared about them, but not in a loving way. Something really shifted for you in that way. So you were cooling off a lot in that way. So they were still waiting. They probably were hoping that you would feel more romantic for them. You'll feel that way again for them, which is what I was seeing in the Seven of Pentacles. But I don't think they were even acknowledging or even realizing everything you went through with them. You went through so much with them that you just could not go back and do that again. It's this feeling I was getting in the Seven of Pentacles of, I don't want to go through this again. Yes, I care about you in an innocent way. I want to make sure you're okay and nothing happens to you, but I don't want to get back together with you. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting with this. So the first card you have for your present is the Page of Wands. So I'm seeing you trying to concentrate on other things at this time outside of this situation. You really didn't want to keep on thinking about, you'd had to in a certain way, because you did care about them, but then it was getting so much for your mind that you just wanted a break from this. It was like you wanted a holiday from all of this thinking about them. So you didn't want to think about anymore what they were thinking, what they were doing, all of this kind of thing. And you were looking, or you are, this is in the present, you're looking up to newer things. You're looking up to the top of this wand, like this page. What's up there? What's new? What can I aspire to? What can I look up to? What can I achieve that's new? So yes, you're looking up to newer things. They're still looking up to you. And I'm getting this feeling that they always have looked up to you. And that might be what part of the problem is. They relied on you, they looked up to you. And it was a bit much for you as well. You did care about them, but it got a little bit much. So also, the wands are all about action, so they probably wanted to say a lot more than they're actually saying. They might have wanted to take action. They might be wanting to show you how they feel. They might be wanting to do things for you. They might be wanting to send you gifts or tell you things, but they feel that they can't really do that at this time, and they're right, because I think it might just really annoy you even more. But yes, I think that you're actually finding that you have a lot more energy when you're not around this person. And I can see why that is. They're a very draining person. All of this relying on you is very draining. So all of this past history that you have with them and everything else really is kind of was really draining your energy, and you're finding that being away from this person is kind of bringing that energy back to you, and that's what wands are all about, energy. So the next card you have for your present is the Page of Pentacles. So you have more pages. So this is about newness. The pages are young, they're discovering things, they're just learning about themselves. So there's a lot of newness. So you want a new outlook, you want a new life away from that person. Again, I'm seeing you looking forward. I'm seeing you wanting to experience a lot of new things that you probably couldn't experience when you're around this person. And again, I'm seeing learning again. I'm seeing studying, and I'm seeing you might start to study something or learn or think about learning something that you've always wanted to do, but you haven't actually been able to do in the past. So this is really fantastic. It's opening up a lot of new possibilities for you. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm seeing music around this. excuse me, I'm seeing music being connected to this in some way, music, and maybe having to practice a lot or work hard to achieve some kind of level at that or something like that. It might not be you literally playing the music, but I keep on seeing some kind of music around this or connected to this. So that might just resonate with a few people, I don't know, but I keep on seeing something about music. Again, I'm seeing a money connection between you and this person in the Seven of Pentacles. It's cropping up again and again, and I'm actually seeing them looking up to you, and I'm seeing in this card, this is how they think of you in the Page of Pentacles. They look up to you, they see you as a rock, they see you as someone solid, or they did see you, they still do, as someone very, very reliable. But what about you? They see you as reliable. What about you? You deserve someone who you can rely on as well. They see you as a strong one, but it can be exhausting having to be the strong one all the time and the responsible one all the time. And that's probably why you are so drained by this person. This is what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your present is the Four of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful card. This is the card of marriage, welcoming, all sorts of lovely things. So this is how you wanted to feel by this person. Nurtured, welcomed, where you just felt like you didn't have all of these terrible responsibilities weighing on your head. You could just go somewhere, be welcomed, and you felt relaxed and happy. That's what you wanted from them. But, yes, you are strong, you're responsible, but you can't be like that all the time. You can't be like that all day and all night long. So, and that's what I'm seeing with these two pages. You wanted to be more like the page some of the time. The pages are young, they're learning, they're having fun, they're like, people who are in high school or starting university, or they're just starting out. And you wanted to feel like that again. Not irresponsible and silly, but just like you want to just have some fun sometimes. You wanted to get this burden off your shoulders sometimes. That's really what I'm getting with this. So, yeah, and you're thinking, what's new? With these pages, what's new next in my life? What can I do that's different, that doesn't have this responsibility? And there's the horn. So yeah, and what's new is you. What's new is you. What's new is you. I'm just seeing that. What's new is you. So yes, this is a feeling of wanting to break free from the old. And yeah, this card can also be about coming home or being welcomed. So there are some people in your life who will welcome you and you'll feel comfortable with, and you can just speak to about all of this stuff and kind of offload everything. I'm specifically seeing one person who you can lean on and just totally be yourself with, and just relax around. So if this resonates, please talk to this person, please offload to this person. You've been holding on and shouldering a lot of this responsibility and this burden for such a long time. And if you do offload and you speak to this person, this is going to help to center your thoughts and to move forward, to alleviate some of this stress for you. That's what I'm seeing, and that's what you need, a stress release. You just want to feel welcomed, comfortable, happy, not burdened and stressed. So the first card you have for your future is the Nine of Wands. So this can be about, feeling battered, but coming out of this horrible thing. It can be about feeling shy, wanting to hide. It can be about all sorts of different things. What I'm seeing with this card is, what's really standing out to me on this card is leaning again. So this man is leaning on this wand, he's kind of relying on it, he's being held up by this wand, and he doesn't feel quite strong enough to kind of stand up on his own. So again, this is what I'm seeing. This could be why you're kind of wary of this person connecting with you again, or coming back, or wanting anything romantic with you again. I keep on seeing this all through this reading. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but again, they want to rely on you, they want to lean on you. They do not want to stand on their own 2 feet. So you're a kind person, you're an understanding person, but you need someone who wants to stand on their own 2 feet. You want to stand on your 2 feet, you want them to stand on their 2 feet and to meet you in the middle. Not you standing on your 2 feet and them leaning all over you so you're about to fall over. No, nobody wants that. You don't want that. The next card you have for your future is the Hierophant. So yes, okay, so this might sound a bit strange. I'm seeing you might be joining some kind of a new group or something like that at this time. Now, I know this is the Hierophant, this is about religion, but I'm not seeing a religious group. Now, it might be a religious group, but that's not what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing this group might have something to do with these skills or something like that. A whole lot of people in this group have the same skill, and they're all sharing the skill and learning about this shared interest and helping each other. Everyone shares this certain kind of skill, and they all kind of share that. This might be to do with this music I'm seeing, or whatever this creative thing was that I was seeing in the Page of Pentacles. But, you know, if this resonates, this is going to unlock a whole new world of people to you and a whole new world of ideas. And it's just going to be all these people relaxing, having this interest, talking about that, and just letting your mind relax and just enjoying whatever you're doing. It's going to unlock all of that for you. And I'm saying unlock because I'm looking at this Hierophant. At the bottom of his feet there are 2 keys. So this is unlocking a whole new thing for you and elevating you up to a new level of happiness, because look at this level he's on. He's up higher than these 2 monks. And so that's what's going to happen to your heart. It's going to lift your heart up, and you're going to experience a lot of happiness with all of these new people. That's going to be fantastic. And you are going to find some friends in this group who are going to be lifelong friends. This is part of your new life that you're stepping into. The last card you have for your future is the 3 of Wands. Yes, obviously this is the heartbreak card. I think you know what this is about. I think you're going to have a conversation with this person. It's going to be a very difficult conversation. Obviously, you're going to say to this person, look, I know you want to be with me romantically again. I really don't want to go back there again. I want to start a new life. Obviously, I don't want you to be unhappy. I want you to be okay. But it's not going to happen. I can't see myself back with you again in that way. We can maybe be friends, or maybe we can talk or whatever. If you need some help with things, I can help you because I've always helped you before. I don't mind. But romantically, I cannot get together with you again. I'm sorry. So you might have that conversation with them. I'm seeing that, or you are, I think that you probably are really going to. And I'm seeing that you probably had a kind of a conversation like that with them before, not just when you broke up. I think they might have been waiting for you before in another time, and you told them this before, but they weren't listening to you. They still were waiting for you. And you might even have to have this conversation with them again, because I'm seeing it's going to take them a long, long time before they actually come to terms with the fact that this is not what you want. Because if you look at this heart, it's not on the ground, it's up in the clouds, it's up in the sky. So their heart and their feelings are all up in the clouds, up in the sky. They're not realistic. They're not on the earth, excuse me. They're not on the earth, they're up in the sky. And the sky is where all your imagination is, all your fantasies and everything like that. So they're not thinking realistically about this connection. You are, they're not. Eventually they might be, they probably will eventually. It's just going to take time. And again, I'm seeing you might have to have these conversations with this person again. I'm sorry the end of this is so negative, but I think it's something that has to happen. It really is.